Hey everybody, Big Pauly back for another monkeying around adventure. I just wanted to give you a little heads up to a new HMV exclusive that's been announced already for War of the Planet of the Apes limited edition steelbook. Like the Spider-Man one, this is going to include the 4K edition, 3D disc and 2D disc. I know HMV are knocking it out of the ballpark. Good on them, they're doing a fantastic job, and I hope they really keep it up. So it's probably not going to be released until probably sometime like October or November, but that hopefully is what it's going to look like. If they do keep that picture, that is going to be a brilliant steelbook. I've already got the previous two releases, so I've got the Rise of the Planet of the Apes steelbook, but it's got a printed back, but you can't have everything. And also the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was an HMV exclusive. So it'd be nice to add the War of the Planet of the Apes with both those. That'd be great. Went to see the film today, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a review, but it's going to be a spoiler-free review. All I can say is if you like the first two films, this film will blow the shit out of those two films. This is epic, absolutely brilliant. The landscapes, the cinematography is unbelievable. I saw it in 3D, which was really, really good in 3D, and it had a lot of depth in it as well. Glorious 3D, but it's also 4K as well. Yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. Some great performances. Woody Harrelson, who plays the mean colonel, as you see in the trailers. Do you know what? The emotion in this film, though, not from any humans, but the emotion between the apes, it's beautiful. And you get the little youngsters as well. There's also an ape that gives some comic relief, and a lot of the scenes are so funny. It just lightens up the whole mood because the film can be quite dark in tone. You know, it's all out war and that kind of thing. So yeah, he's a bit of a comic relief in it. To be perfectly honest, if I'd seen this film and there was absolutely no humans in it whatsoever, I would have been delighted anyway. I could have just sat there and watched a human-free film, just nothing but apes. What they've done with these characters, their mannerisms, the way that they capture their eyes, everything, expressions on their faces, it is absolutely beautiful, stunning. And Andy Serkis, oh my god, that man is a genius. He just captures Caesar, and the music is gorgeous. As I say, the landscape, oh my god, the landscape just grabs you in. You've got snowy landscapes, you've got like desert type landscapes. It is absolutely a truly beautiful film, and even though it's like 2 hours 20 minutes, my god, that 2 hours 20 minutes or so goes by really quick. Not a boring moment at all, because you're so captivated and mesmerised by everything that's going on around you and these apes. But yeah, beautiful, and they did wrap it up, and I'm glad that, you know, even though it's over after 3 films, it's wrapped up perfectly. There's no need to do another film. So yeah, I'm really pleased. The cinema that I went to see it in was my local View multiplex that's got like, I think it's 10 screens. They were giving away posters. So I picked up, look at that. Isn't that awesome? And this is like A3 size. It gave me 3 copies, so I'm going to frame one and obviously put it in the back bedroom in the cinema room, or I might even put it in here, maybe over on the door, because that needs a bit of sprucing up because there's absolutely shit all on it. But I might use the other 2. I might just give the other 2 away when War for the Planet of the Apes eventually comes out on Steelbook, and probably got a digital copy. I think he does have a digital copy, and I'll just include one of those posters as well. So that'd be a nice thing. Well, one thing that I did want to tell you about was the screen that I went to see was 3D. Now, if I just quickly show you this, I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay, so there we go. War for the Planet of the Apes. This is all the screening times, and if you can get a good look in there, and you can see the reflection of my phone as well. There's not one 2D screening, which was very unusual. I've never known a film not to have any 2D screenings, so I actually asked the manager while I was there, and apparently it's a new thing that's happening in the UK. For the time being, I don't know how long it's going to last, but when a 3D film comes out, the first 2 days of release will be 3D showings only, no 2D screenings. And I've also checked our other Cineplex, Cineworld, which is another big multiplex that's around the country. My local one that I used to go to, about 30 miles away, that's the same, all 3D screenings until Friday, when the 2D starts, and then I think for the couple of days you've got a mixture of 2D and 3D, and then after that, like 5 days later, just 2D and maybe one 3D showings. But I've never known an opening weekend to have nothing but 3D screenings. I like it, but I don't know how popular it's going to be, because there are a lot of people that won't want to see it in 3D. As I was queuing up, there was 2 young kids in front of me. He only had a £10 note because it was £4.99 just for the regular 2D showing, and it was a little bit more, £6.79 for the 3D, and they couldn't afford it. So he asked them, well, what, I want the 2D, and the lady behind the counter said, no 2D, not for 2 days. And then she basically just said it's this new thing that the UK have introduced. So I can see it going all the way around the country for the first two showings. And they didn't bother trying to scrounge together any more money. They just walked out of the cinema. So 3D, pushing 3D like that is a good idea, but I think it's gonna have some drastic reactions with the box office, because a lot of people just want to go and see 2D compared with the 3D screenings. And I can't imagine what will happen in December if the first 2 opening days of The Last Jedi are 3D only. There's going to be an uproar. But yeah, can you imagine it? They're going to lose so much money. Well, I know they'll make more money because, you know, rather than paying $4.99, you're paying $6.79. Or I think it's $8.79 if you want like the big VIP leather bucket chairs, that kind of thing. But they're still losing out on ticket sales if people don't go and see it for an opening weekend, and that's going to have a long-lasting effect on the British box office, because what's the opening weekend box office takings going to be like? They can't say this film made this much money on its opening weekend. It's going to be lower than it's ever been before. And also any other big films that open on a Friday instead of a Wednesday, you're not going to get 2D showings until Sunday. So that whole Friday, Saturday, it's just going to be takings from 3D. I don't know, maybe it will make more money because you're paying more for the ticket, or maybe they will lose because the attendance will maybe drop for a couple of days until the 2D. But it's a bit of a bummer for people that want to go out and see it at the weekend, and the only option they've got is 3D. You know, that kind of ruins their 3D, their weekend. But I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I love 3D. I absolutely adore 3D. I know a lot of people don't. But I'm happy that there's more 3D showings, because the last couple of months, I've been lucky to actually have one 3D showing at my local view, and it's usually a stupid time like 7 o'clock at night when I go through the daytime. So yeah, I am glad that there's more 3D showings, but I can see it's gonna be a bit of a problem. So it's probably not going to be a long-lasting thing. It's just one of those experimental things. But we'll see how it goes in a couple of months, eh? If any of the cinema chains are still around. Anyway, so there's my little War for the Planet of the Apes review, Steelbook announcement, and 2D 3D rant, something like that. Anyway, head over to blu-ray.com if you want to join my group buy for the War of the Planet of the Apes HMV exclusive Steelbook. The group buy is running now, and as I say, it's going to be running for a couple of months, October, November. But it'll certainly be interesting to see what the original, what the finished artwork's going to be like. But if they keep the artwork that they've got, then that's going to be absolutely fantastic. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed for all future notifications and all that kind of shit. And you know the drill by now. I'll see you on the next video in a couple of days. Bye everyone.